When Batwoman ended, the lead actress Yavika Leslie talked about how disappointed yet proud she was of the team because they put themselves out there and created something they liked. But that was it. She wasn't going to play Batwoman again, and her future in the CW seemed to be at an end. But of course, the plot thickens because now she is coming back in the Flash as a gender-swapped villain. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media, like Twitter or mine, so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So before we get into the article talking about her playing this new villain, let's look at the initial situation with Batwoman. It says, after collapsing ratings and a failed fan campaign, the CW scraps woke Batwoman show. Now, I, of course, thought this was hilarious. Batwoman was bad from the very beginning, and they replaced Ruby Rose. They thought that that would work. It would reignite interest in the show, and it didn't. It says Season 3 posted an all-time viewership low with only 372,000 people tuning in for the 5th episode of the show. Its ratings in the 18 to 49 demographic also dropped to a .07 multiple times in the show's 3rd season, including the show's final episode. According to TV series Finale, the final season had an average rating of a .09 in the 18 to 49 demo, and average viewership of 458,000 viewers. Now, of course, we've talked about the CW many times on the channel. Overall viewership has gone down, and just a lot of the interest in these shows and these characters have gone down as well. But Batwoman never started strong. It never picked up the pace, and it was a massive failure, at least in my eyes. I mean, these numbers are absolutely terrible. But it says the show's cancellation also came after the writers' room encouraged fans of the show to try and save it with a Renew Batwoman campaign on Twitter. And obviously, this campaign didn't go very well because it didn't end up getting renewed. But now they have decided to bring back Yavika Leslie. It's a CBR article. It says, The Flash brings back Batwoman star as a deadly gender-swapped villain. It says filming is underway on the 9th and final season of The Flash, and set photos have surfaced through Canada graphs showing off the show's Red Death costume with Leslie, reportedly the actor under the mask. Red Death was name-dropped earlier in the series, but will now be the next evil speedster that Barry Allen faces. However, bringing back Leslie hints that the show will be altering the villain's backstory from DC Comics. Yavika Leslie is a pretty woke actress, so it's no surprise that she would sign on for a gender-swapped version of this villain. Maybe this villain will be a strong, independent woman, and she's just misunderstood by everybody, and that's going to be the story they go with. Wouldn't surprise me if they're willing to gender-swap them. But it says Red Death will appear in the final season of CW's The Flash, and the character will be portrayed by Yavika Leslie. I don't have anything against her, but she's not that good of an actress. I mean, I only really knew her from Batwoman, and Batwoman was freaking terrible. I just didn't see a lot of potential with her. And, I mean, hearing that they're gender swapping this character is already a major issue. I've talked about this before, but gender swaps are the worst in my opinion because you have to change everything about a character. You have to change the way that they act, the way that they talk, the way that they interact with other characters. Their whole backstory has to change. It says, though, how is this conflict with Red Death going to work in the Arrowverse if Flash and Ryan Wilder / Batwoman have not really known each other personally yet in present time? It says Red Death was introduced during the 2017 event Dark Knight's Metal, first appearing in Dark Days, the casting #1. It says, of course, the speedster's origin was explored in Batman the Red Death. I mean, it is a relatively new character, as you can see, and introducing this new character to the final season of The Flash seems really odd to me. You'd think they would want to capitalize on nostalgia, maybe go back to the first and second season of the show and try to find a way to capture the essence of those seasons, maybe with villains we already have met. And even though this character has been mentioned in the show before, you'd think for the final season they would want to go over the top, and this to me just is really underwhelming. I haven't really loved the CW over the past couple of years. I initially was very into the Arrowverse. I loved Arrow, I loved The Flash, I even liked Supergirl season 1. I didn't even think that it was that bad. But as the years have gone on, the quality has just declined, and I feel like this is going to disappoint a lot of people. Now, heading on over to Twitter, Discussing Films did make a tweet thread about this, and people are just roasting this decision in the comments. Somebody said, how do they find a way to ruin everything? And I agree. Why would you cast an actress who already has played an existing character in this universe? Why not just pick a different actor and maybe make them as close to the source material as possible? Come on, now Red Death and the Dark Multiverse characters haven't even been on screen or a console video game, and the first version you make isn't even the right one. Yeah, it makes absolutely zero sense why they would do this, besides they want to go, look at us, we gender swapped a character for inclusivity. It's absurd. You need to stick to the source material. Somebody put up this poll saying, will you watch the final season of The Flash? The answers are yes, definitely. LOL, no. Maybe. I've never seen the show. 55% of the votes are sitting at LOL, no, and the others are sitting at 15.5 for yes, 13.9 for maybe, and 15.5 for I've never even seen the show, with almost 10,000 votes. I mean, this show is just a joke at this point, and all of these CW shows are. I'm very sad that they ended up screwing the Arrowverse over, and these CW shows just became a good thing to laugh at by the end. I loved them at the start. I was really excited for all of the projects they were working on, and again, as the years have gone on, the content has gotten much more disappointing, but they decided to gender swap Red Death. And honestly, I and many other people are very underwhelmed by this decision. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.